Hello, welcome back to my third Lego Masters at Home Challenge video. This one's going to be a little different because I've already done the build and my recording for the build, it canceled halfway through. My phone ran out of memory, so I only have the very beginning, not even halfway through. So I'm just going to tell you, I'm still going to show you a time lapse for the little bit I have, but it's going to be a very different video. But for starters, I'm still going to tell you about my build, and then I'll show you my build after I show you that time-lapse. My build idea, so this was the cut in half challenge. I asked my family what I should cut in half, and somebody suggested that I cut in half a cereal box, and I was like, that probably is too big. And one of my other siblings suggested I do a cake box instead, and that was much more doable. So that is exactly what I ended up doing. I ended up cutting in half a chocolate devil's food cake. It's probably, the picture I have of it is probably on the screen right now. Chocolate devil's food cake in half, and I built the other half of it. This is the design I had in mind for this build. I was going to build my food pyramid, so what I wish my food pyramid could be. So up at the top is vegetables, because nobody likes vegetables, at least I don't. Then you have fruits, which I do like, and grains, which I do like. So fruits, I got a peach, some strawberries, and banana in the picture. I got a bowl of cereal in the grains, tortillas, bread. And at the bottom I have the big chunk split in half to be the meats and dairy products and stuff. So that was what I was aiming to build. Okay, so here is my finished build. Hopefully that time lapse was... So this time I went with 3 minutes for every hour they had. So I had 36 minutes, but it took me about 54, which is not great. It's half the time again. So I get 2 stars, 2 out of 4 stars for that one. And I'm going to adjust my other scores. I'll probably do that in a halfway video, though. So not today. This is the build. As far as building what I wanted to do, I think I did pretty good. I have all the same sections. I got the vegetables up here. I've got fruits, grains, dairy, meats, off the cake, which is the big section, which is of course, it's built off of it. I use this base for stability. This is a very fragile build, which is why for design, I think I'm going to actually give this one my highest design score yet and give it 3.5 stars. I think it looks really good. I mean, this cheese is probably one of the weaker spots. My wife suggested after I finished that maybe I should have done more orange in it intermixed with the yellow, so maybe that would have been better. I don't know. I think my milk jug looks really well. My meat is actually really funny. I think it's supposed to be a ribeye steak, and so it's got the ribs in there, and then it's also got the rib eye steak, and so I think that's funny. I got this fish, which just looks, I don't know, looks a little fishy. I don't know. I think it looks okay. I do, and then I got this drumstick, which is probably one of the weakest parts of my whole thing. These tortillas. Oops, these tortillas that my wife says are more like cookies. There's flat disc plate that's got 2 tortillas stacked on top of it. Right here, I have a bowl of cereal, which it's got a spoon. The spoon doesn't scoop things, but that's okay. But I do have cereal in here. One of my favorite cereals is Raisin Bran Crunch, so I went with brown and tan, and then purple ones to be the raisins. So yeah, Raisin Bran Crunch with a spoon, and then right next to it is just my crude attempt at a loaf of bread. That row is also pretty good. The next row is the fruits row, and I have another banana, so maybe it's become kind of a trend. Maybe I'm going to put a banana in every other build, because so far that's what I've done. And this is either a mango or a peach or an orange, depending on who's looking at it. It was supposed to be a very flat peach, but hey, it might be a little bit more like those other things. My wife says it looks more like a orange. And up top, I only really had room in this tiny box for one vegetable, so I put a carrot. But that still fits with my theme, because I'm not a big carrot fan. I put these children walking up because they want to get to the cake, because this is not just my food pyramid, but a lot of kids would probably agree with me that this is a good food pyramid. That's it for this build. Like I said, a very short video. I had to give myself a 2 for time because it took me the allotted 36 minutes and then half of that again is about where it ended. I don't have an exact time because my recording cut off, and that's what I always use to double check my counting. Then for design, I give myself 3.5 because I think this looks pretty much like I designed it to. And then lastly, for build quality, I can only give myself only a 1 because this is very fragile and it breaks almost every time I try and do anything with it. Overall, that's a 2.5 stars for my food pyramid on the cut in half challenge, which is okay. Next build will be about movies, so we'll see how that goes. I'll use a random number generator to pick my genre, and then once I get through the first chunk of the time allotment for build, I will re-roll again to see what genre I have to merge into it like they did in the show. So in about a week, you can expect that video. Play hard and build on.